We're starting with midlife, a time that can bring major transitions, often silently. To help us understand the unique mental health challenges facing women in this stage and how to better support them, we're joined by two experts. Catherine Murphy, CEO of NAMI Palm Beach County, and Sherry Warner, a licensed marriage and family therapist and founder of Serendipity Women's Mental Wellness Center. Thank you both for being here.
Thanks so much for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. Catherine, we'll start with you. You deal with mental health challenges across all age groups. Tell us what that looks like. As we said, it's never one size fits all.
So we serve people generally 18 and up, but a wide range of conditions and different life experiences. All of our programs are peer-led by people who understand what it's like to go through similar challenges. We have support groups, classes, education, different presentations, just to try to reach people where they're at across the lifespan. So if we're looking at middle age, we offer a lot of programs for people in that age range, including the support groups, wellness programs. We have an incredible resilience training program, just a lot of different options for various people on different stages in that journey.
And Sherry, your center focuses exclusively on women's challenges in midlife. What inspired you to do that? And tell us a little bit more.
Well, our center actually works a lot with women and adolescent girls and teens as well. But our focus on women's challenges through midlife kind of came as a result of my own experience and being forced into surgical menopause and not understanding what I was facing. And that led to me asking questions about how other women are experiencing the same things, and if I had questions, how many other women had questions as well. And so we decided to put together programs and events that would focus on situations that women experience during midlife, first and foremost being menopause, the symptoms, experiences, behaviors, and the impact on their family.
Catherine, I know that you also deal a lot with caregivers, women who are going through these things, and they have a whole other set of responsibilities. There's even a stigma around, this time of life, but imagine also having to care for another human being. So how do you approach that?
This is a majority of the people that we serve is caregivers, and you might call it the sandwich generation, where you're taking care of potentially your kids or even your adult kids, and then also your aging parents. And so a lot of the people come to us, they feel alone in what they're going through because they're caring for their family on both sides of that. And then they might also not feel that same support any longer. They might not be able to talk about what they're going through at work with their colleagues. They might be, trying to live up to, a certain presentation in their community and might not feel comfortable about the challenges that they're going through. And so we try to offer a place where people can come and just be authentic and share about the different experiences that they're having with other people who really get it.
Wow. I bet the heaviness of that can often propel like anxiety, depression. They come in wanting help, not just for them, but also because they're caring for others. How does your organization help deal with that?
We have a support group every Wednesday night for the family caregivers of somebody living with a mental health condition. That support group's free. It's very easy to connect with. You just go to our website and you can sign up and really get that support right away. And it's other family caregivers who understand what that experience is like. They understand the stigma. They understand the isolation. A lot of times there can be shame or privacy or secrecy or even just not knowing how to talk to somebody. But what it seems to happen is that once individuals start to talk about what they're going through, they realize, wow, you're going through that too. And the more that you talk about it, the more you find out that everybody's going through something and it's okay to talk about it.
You're not alone.
You're not alone.
Definitely. Wow. Sherry, your Serendipity Women's Mental Health Wellness Center, I think I got that right. What services do you provide in that same sense and also dealing with women in midlife that can help?
We currently offer primarily individual services, so groups are wonderful, support groups are wonderful, there's unity in numbers, but there are a lot of women who are feeling that sense of shame and they are not quite comfortable speaking up about some of the things that they're experiencing in a group setting. So we offer that one-to-one individual space that is theirs and theirs alone. They're not at home with the family, they're not sharing with others, they come into a space that they have set where they feel like this is my space for the 45 minutes or an hour. And I don't have to think about anyone else but me, and I can say whatever it is I want to say, I can say how I want to say it, or I can sit and say nothing because this is my space and my time, and this is a place for me to feel heard.
something you mentioned is shame. And how do you deal with this? You know, how do different generations of women going through these different things approach that? You know, that some things are just more taboo for certain generations than others. How do you guys look at that and help them through in different ways?
I think it's different based on who you are and your upbringing, your background, the environment in which you were raised. We are all taught shame based on our culture, culture being family, culture being ethnicity, culture being region. And so what may be taboo or shameful for one may not be taboo or shameful for another. I like to work with women and go back to the source of the shame. What was it that transpired back in your childhood or your teenage years that made you feel that this particular issue was something to be shameful about? How has that impacted your life throughout? How is it continuing to impact your life today? Let's work through that to help you overcome shame so that you can continue to live the life that you want to live, how you want to live it, you know, helping you become your best self, helping you heal.
How has NAMI Palm Beach County been seeing these numbers? Are more women coming in for this type of support? What have you seen so far?
In general, we're seeing great increases in the amount of people who are seeking help, be that therapy or support groups, telehealth. There's a lot of increased access, increased awareness, and destigmatizing around help seeking. We also see a lot of women who are the ones who are reaching out for help and support. So we've definitely seen our numbers increase in the last couple of years. During the COVID era, we saw a lot of people reaching out for the first time, and I think we've really seen that continue. People who maybe they weren't comfortable reaching out for help and support in the past. I think that so much has been done to help people feel like it is not your fault. It's not a weakness of character. It's, you know, nothing that you've done to bring you to this place, but it's okay to go and get support and to reach out for help for it.
And there are peer-led programs where you have maybe women helping other women as well to make it feel a little more normal.
Absolutely. We have one group that's specifically for the more mature ladies. They meet every other week and they have lunch and they socialize and they talk about the experiences that they have being mature women and how that's a bit unique.
Sherry, you know, you are an attorney.
I am.
And so how does that help you with your therapist, you know, career and that end of the industry where people are coming to you with, you know, maybe emotional life changes, but yet you can bring in this other knowledge you have to help with barriers people are facing. Tell us about that.
It has helped, especially with the women in the nonprofit at the center who are experiencing some sort of depression or anxiety symptoms as a result of maybe a legal issue that they're facing. So we've had women through the lifespan, whether they're young women in their 20s going all the way up, who are having anxiety or depression or just feeling dysregulated because they're going through a divorce, child custody issue, maybe a DUI, shoplifting, whatever it is that they've gone through and they don't understand the legal process. And so my background in law kind of helps to placate them a little bit in terms of being able to give some clarity to them about what the process is like for them and how they can navigate the process. The more information they have, the less anxiety they have. Once we reduce the anxiety, then we can help them by working with them through whatever other issues they're experiencing. So that's where my legal background has come in. Also on the administrative side, being a lawyer, I've worked in different areas of the law as a litigator. I've worked as a transactional attorney, real estate, and so all of that background comes together in building the organization so that it's solid and it can do what it needs to do for the women who come to us.
Catherine, there are women who are silently struggling. What would be your message to them? Where would be the best way to take their first step and how to take that first step? How would you encourage them?
Well, an incredible resource that we have is the 988 helpline. So 24 hours a day, wherever you are, you can call 988 from anywhere in the country and get connected to immediate support. And whether you're in Palm Beach County, you're in another county in Florida, or you're anywhere in the country, you can call that number and get help right away, and then they can connect you to local resources. With NAMI, we're a national organization. There's over 600 NAMIs throughout the country, so it's very easy to get connected to a local NAMI, and then we can help people to navigate to appropriate resources. And it may or may not be something that we offer at our NAMI. It might be referring to a local partner, helping people to find the right type of treatment or right type of resource for them.
Wow, thank you so much. And Sherry, what about you? How would you encourage women to take the first step to get help?
call us at Serendipity. We are available and we're here to help you. And the fact that you're picking up the phone and making that call tells us that you have reached that point where you're tired of being tired and you're ready for help, and we're here to help.
Thank you guys so much for being here and encouraging women to just step forward, right, and get the help they need. Catherine, Sherry, thank you so much.
Thank you, Eileen.